Hi everyone, it's Margaret here with 60andMe. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is the time of year when you reflect about all kinds of things that happened in your life, and one of the things that's significant for me is makeup. I know it's such a small thing, but I love it. It's made me feel so connected to myself and just cheers me up in these very challenging times. And I want to share with you today the things that I have been reaching for throughout the year, my favorites, and also share with you a little bit about my skincare regime. Now, I wish it was a process that, was complicated that I could share with you, but it's really simple. And I will go through with you what I use, and then we'll apply some makeup and have some fun here with things I love. So in terms of skincare, one thing that I've used for years now, I've talked about it so often on my channel, is the Growing Younger Gracefully Facial Serum. It's a beautiful product. I've used it for years. I love it. It's got amazing scent, and it works beautifully with my skin. And I put it on first thing in the morning, and I put it on earlier today, and that's it. Once a day. I just love it. Then for my sort of moisturizer products, I use two things. I've tried throughout the years to use retinol products, and I've not been successful, but I did find these Neutrogena. It's called Rapid Wrinkle Repair Moisturizer, and it comes in a night version, which I use at night over just clean face, and then there's a daytime version that they actually look exactly the same, but one says day and one says night, and they are a retinol product but a very light component, and it's actually a lovely moisturizer that I put on first and let it settle in, and then I use another moisturizer on my skin that you won't be surprised to hear. And by the way, I'll put all the details of these products in the description box below so that you can check them out if you want to, and try them yourself. Now, my moisturizer, again, is something I've used for years. It's by Embryolisse. It's the Embryolisse Lait-crème Concentré. It's French product line. I've used it for such a long time that this is like the 10th one I've gone through. I use it as a cleanser sometimes. I use it as a refresher, like a kind of almost a mask that I rinse off. But in the morning, I use it as a moisturizer. And I'm going to pop some of that on right now because I have not done that yet. Oh, you don't need very much, and it actually comes out from the tops very quickly. So that's just a small amount, and I'll pop that on my face. As I said, I've used it for quite a while now, and it's just got a beautiful consistency, smoothing, and it's one of those cult products I've heard is very popular in France and other parts of the world, but it's just got such a nice, soft feeling and glow. And you can see already, without any pressing really, it's given a nice glow to my face. So that's my Embryolisse. What else? I've started using castor oil. And I know this is going to sound strange. I've never used it before. This particular brand, I don't even know what it is. I found it on Amazon, and I'm trying to use it to minimize my age spots and also to put on my eyebrows to help them to grow. This is what castor oil is apparently good for, and I've got that in my regime now. Cleansing at night, honestly, it couldn't be more simple. I've used this product for years too. It's Pond's. It's Pond's makeup remover cleanser, and it's just inexpensive. It lasts forever, and I love it. So that's my cleanser in the evening, and I follow that with the Neutrogena Wrinkle. What is it called exactly? I have to get my magnifying glass out here so that I can actually read some of these things. Where is it? Retinol Moisturizer. Yeah, it's really, really straightforward, and you'll find it's affordable. It's a drugstore product. So all my products really are drugstore, except for the Growing Younger Gracefully, which I purchased, and I'll leave the details for you. But the other thing people have asked me about is my perfume. What fragrance do I love? Well, I love only one real fragrance that has been my kind of, my go-to throughout my life, and that is sandalwood. From my travels to India, where I was able to buy it, like fresh, natural sandalwood, which it's now become very difficult to find. I've kind of moved to different variations of sandalwood oil, both for a body lotion in the shower, and also this one by Jo Malone. This is my favorite. It's sandalwood and orris. It's now discontinued. I managed to get this on eBay, and it's about half full, so I've got a little bit left. But I just love this scent. It's unique. I don't know why they stopped it. Well, I do actually probably know it's very expensive now, sandalwood, and you cannot get it as easily as you used to. So anyway, Jo Malone, I think that's all my face products. So let's do some makeup and I'll just get on with this look because I know people have asked me about that and I wanted to cover it. So today for my foundation, I'm going to use Rcma, which you can see is now shrinking. I've used it quite a bit. It's their liquid foundation. But before that, I'm going to apply a primer that I just heard about. Now, I cannot for the life of me remember what blogger mentioned this, but it's a Kiko Milano. I think it was Mia. Anyway, she mentioned this and I went and tried it and I loved it. It's now one of these things with Kiko where they do limited editions and then you have to kind of find them. But it's I'll leave the details. It's actually called Charming Escape Watery Blurring Primer. And it is very, very watery and liquid, but perfect for dry skin, which is something that I deal with in the winter months, like many of you probably do. It's a green color and I'm going to just put it, and it is extremely liquid. I'm going to pop that on my face as a primer. When you put this on, you'll find that it really feels slippy and wet. It's very, very moisturizing. And the nice thing about it is as you put it on and leave it for a couple of seconds almost, it starts to dry and get a tiny bit tacky, which I think is great for putting foundation on over top. It's a nice scent as well. It's very what does it smell of? Lotus. It's got a really sort of exotic scent, but not very faint, so it's not a big problem if you don't like. Yeah, it's not too scented. So that's my primer. I'm going to apply my Rcma liquid foundation. I use the color. Let's see, it's P310. And for me, this is a good color. I don't know how many colors are in this series. I think there's about 30. Rcma is a professional makeup company. Wayne Goss was the person that recommended this to his viewers, and I love it. One thing I must mention that I purchased this year that was a bit of a luxury, but I did invest in some nice brushes. And I use the BK Beauty. I got a travel set and it's got a foundation brush, a powder brush, and 3 eyeshadow brushes. And honestly, they're gorgeous and they really do work. I was always one, I've mentioned it before, who said, oh, who needs brushes? Just one brush will do. But it makes a big difference. So the 101 is the foundation brush. It's got a slanted curvature there, and it's really, really nice. It works beautifully with liquid foundations. So I'm going to actually put this right on the brush. I tend to do that. It's probably wasting a little bit of foundation, but like 2 little squirts. And I'm going to start applying this. Now, this Rcma foundation, a little goes a long way. And so I'm just going to dab it on, and you can see already how it's starting to smooth that skin. I mean, makeup doesn't hide anything, right? As you get older, it just sort of smooths it out. Now, I'm going to try something today with my eyes for concealer. And I'm not going to put, I'm a little bit underneath my eye, but I'm not going to put any on my eye. I have hooded eyes. They used to be not so hooded. They've now got a little bit more hooded. And I want, every time I put a darker eyeshadow on, the shadow immediately goes up above my eyes onto the hooded part of my eye. And I just don't like that anymore. I used to, like a lot of people, put eyeshadow all over my eyes. But I just find now I want it on the lid. That's all, just on the lid. So I'm just going to put this, isn't this foundation beautiful? I hope I could look in the mirror just in a second to see if I've got it all straight. Honestly, I'm just, I just kind of throw things together here. I hope it's not too confusing for you. And I've got some really cool product for my eyebrows too, which I want to share. I'm going to try to just keep this foundation off my eyes. Okay, where's my mirror? Let's take a look. I just love this foundation. For me, there's so many beautiful foundations this year. I've discovered LYS. I discovered Physicians Formula. There's a really, really good one. You better believe it. I know it's their butter line, but honestly, it's amazing foundation. But this one I just like. Yeah, 73-year-old skin has wrinkles, right? We have wrinkles and creases and all kinds of things, and it doesn't matter. It's not what makes us. It's not what makes us beautiful. But I do have fun with makeup. So that's my foundation. Okay, I'm going to stop blending, but I think it looks good, and bring it down a little bit. All right, so foundation is now on. I'm now going to use a little bit of bronzer. I'm going to use this BK107 brush, which is a powder brush, and apply Heat Wave by Flower Beauty. They do some really cool products, powder products, and this I have now been using all year. It's called Sunrise. There's two different colors, but this is just the most beautiful baked kind of bronzer. And I'm going to dab it on my brush and just put it on here. I want to do it slowly so that you can see the color that produces. A lot of people are into cream bronzers, but I just like this one, the color of it more than anything. And the fact that it does highlight my, that little cheekbone that I have left there. Everything changes when you get older, doesn't it? It's just so crazy. But I love it. I love getting older. I love living. It's wonderful. Okay, so let's just put a bit of bronze around here. I have to pick up the pace here. I'm going to be here all day. Okay, let me put some on my chin. Just to get that little illusion of shadow that sort of does help with the gels. And bring it down a little bit. Okay, so that's my Flower Beauty bronzer. Now I'm going to go to eyes because I just wanted to do that to kind of get things started on my face, but I'll go back up to my eyes and then come down. Eyebrows. Okay, eyebrows, I've talked about this product. It's by MSM. It's a beauty line that you can get on Amazon, I believe, and it was very famous for its foundation. But I don't like that foundation, to be honest. I like the eyebrow gel, and I discovered this. I've now not looked back. I don't use anything else, even the drugstore ones that I used to love. It's got a very, very small little, can you see that? It's got a small little brush at the end, and it's just the perfect color for my eyebrows, and also the perfect size of mascara or wand, I think that's what it's called. Okay, so there we go. I'm just going to do this very sort of, if I can get into the light. It's not too bright today. So I'm just using my ring light, which I hope is okay. But can you see already? I mean, that's just a little bit of brushing up, and just a second, I need to get some more on the wand. I'll do the other one. So yes, and I mean, it just brings that little bit of color to your eyebrows and gives you a little bit of shape. And I'm sure that there are others that are wonderful too, but for me, I've just discovered this one, and I'm going to keep using it because it's perfect for me. And as they say, eyebrows are sisters but not twins, and that's what mine are. Anyway, I really like that. Okay, now this eyeshadow challenge that I've got, and I think a lot of you also deal with it. So let's try this together and see if it works. I'm going to use, first of all, a primer. Now, I've got my Mario Eye Set and Prep, which I love. If I can just find it here, it's somewhere. But I'm going to put the P. Louise on today. This is a really nice primer. You don't need very much of it, and it's the Mario's right in front of me is this one here that I've told you about before. It's got concealer and also some powder, which I am going to use. It's got two different colors of eye primer and a powder. Okay, so let me put this P. Louise on. And seriously, you don't need much at all. And you'll see, I mean, literally that much, not even a pea size. And I'm going to pat that on my eye all the way over. You can use concealer for this. You can use other eye primers. Milani apparently does a really good one. I've never used it, but I'm going to bring it all the way up. And it is actually quite white, but it immediately just covers all your little creases and little red spots, anything that you've got on your eye. I'm taking a bit of time with this because it's a new technique that I'm just learning. I'm going to see if I can get this on this side with another finger here. Okay, see? And I'm just patting it on gently. I mean, as you get older, I mean, as I said, I'm 73, so my eyes have been around a while. And they're actually, they're naturally hooded now, and more so than in the past. And I'm trying to work with that. Okay, so I think I might have put more on the other side, so I'm just going to even it out. So I'm working with the same amount. Okay, so this is the P. Louise. It's a very nice eyelid primer. And I bring it into the corner too, because that's And you even can bring it under your eye a little bit, but I'll do that later. So there's the shadow for the eyes. Now, I'm going to take a brush. I've got like a kind of a flat brush. It's a Real Techniques brush. And I'm going to just blend that in so that it's nice and blended and not too white and, you know, sort of garish. Now, the thing that I'm going to try now, which I haven't done before on camera, so it's going to be a new one for me, is to put powder on top of my eyes, now on my eyelids. Now, when I watched this shown on with other bloggers, they used loose powder and almost baked it, you know, that expression, baking powder into your skin. And I'm going to use the powder in this Mario deck palette, and what I'm going to do is try to release some of that. It's a dry powder, but I'm going to try to release by just scraping it a little bit, some of the powder, so that rather than just dragging a brush over it, I'm almost picking up some loose powder with that same flat brush. And so you can probably see what I've done there. I've just kind of scraped a little bit so it's more fluffy. And now I'm going to take that powder and put it on my eyelid. I know this is a little bit maybe counterintuitive, but I'm going to try it and see what happens. And you just dab it on right up into the crease of the eye. Now, this is where my challenge always has been with eyeshadow, is that once you put something on the lid and, you know, then you start moving your eyes and talking and walking around, it immediately goes up to that section above. And then you get all this amazing, beautiful eyeshadow, but it's actually not where you want it to be. So let me just get a bit more powder for the other eye. And I'm gonna have to buy some loose powder. I've ordered some RCMA loose powder. It's called No Color Powder, which I ran out of, which would be perfect for this, but we're going to try and see what happens. Okay, so I'm sorry I'm taking so long with this particular piece, but I think eyes are one area where we all struggle, and I'm just going to hope this works. Okay, now I'm keeping this brush to hand because I'm going to use it again later. Eyeshadows. Okay, I have tried so many fun palettes this year. It's been really a great year for eyeshadows, and I've got a little, I mean, not a huge collection, but a good sized collection. But I discovered MAC eyeshadows by chance, and I picked up 4. I made my own little palette, and they had this sort of palette box, and I just love it. I just love this combination. Now, it's a bit darker than you might wear for everyday use, but every single one of these colors is just perfect. Now, I'm going to tell you what the colors are, and I've written them on the back. This is, the first one is called Naked Lunch. That's a kind of a matte, clear, or, you know, base. And then I've got this one here, which is, it's called Star Violet. This one's going to go on, wait a minute, Star Violet here, which is going to go on my lid. This one here is called Blackberry, which I'm going to use on the edges. And then this is like a topper called is it Inspiration or Incinerated. The names are great. I'm reading them upside down. But anyway, this little MAC palette I put together, I'm going to try that on my eyes today. So we're going to start with the BK Beauty brush. This is the, I'm feeling like I'm a professional blogger here by giving you the numbers. I think it's a 202. And I'm going to use this Naked again. Now you may say, oh, Margaret, you're putting a lot of eyeshadow on your eyes, but it's these are such finely milled products, and I'm going to put that on just over top of the other powder, and it is a nice base. I use this almost for every, you know, as a base, and I don't worry about bringing up on the crease too much, because that color is not going to impact. Now I'm going to actually I think I'll take this little shader brush. I'll give you the numbers later. I think it's a 200. What is this one? I should remember these numbers. Anyway, it's a little shader brush, and I'm going to pick up this one here, this Star Violet, and put it on my lid. It's a little bit dark. When you see me put it on, you're going to go, oh wow. I think you are anyway. I'm looking at my phone here. I can hardly see, but I'm just going to put that on my lid. Isn't that a pretty color? It's very, very simple, almost a purpley taupe color, and I'm not bringing it up at all. Not bringing it into the above the lid. Okay, I think, take a look in my mirror in a second. This little palette that I put together doesn't have a mirror, so I'm going to just use that to make sure I'm getting it on evenly. Okay, I'm literally just rubbing this back and forwards. I love this color. I think it's so, so pretty. And I'll just put a bit more on this side. But you notice I'm not bringing this up over my eye. Over my eyelid. Okay, now I'm going to take this other very small little brush, again, BK Beauty brush that comes in this travel set, and I'm going to take that darker color, which is called Blackberry. And I'm going to put that just on the edge of my eye right here. You know, you can spend a lot of time sort of doing all this shading and other, I mean, I just find 2 colors really does work best with the topper. And I think that this brush actually is very nice. It's very, very small, and it gives you that excellent ability to just, and I'm going to put some on the other side. I can do this with my mirror here. And as you notice, again, I'm not bringing it up over the eyelid at all. Just sort of rubbing that in. And then I'm going to take that fluffy brush, this one here, and just blend it again together. But not dragging it all the way across. Just this way. Okay. I think these colors are really pretty, and I think you can wear these just, you know, any day or night. So there we go. Okay, now I'm going to test out my my powder theory in a minute, but I'm going to put a little bit of the topper on. I think I'll just do this with my finger because it's just a little bit, this is Incincerated. I just love this particular color. This you could go a little bit over the top with, but I'm going to put that right in the middle. Just dab it in there. This is one of those colors you might want to use a like a glue or a bit more concealer. There we go. I just love this color. I think it's so, so pretty. Okay. Right, there we go. All right, so this is all on my lid. I've not taken it up over to the crease at all, but that, and I'm making sure I got it even here. There we go. Okay, so that is the eyeshadow, and you can see it's not above the eyelid at all. And I'm going to just do the rest of my makeup, and then we're going to come back to, or actually do my mascara, and then we're going to come back to the whole situation and see whether it's snuck up to the top of my, above my, where that powder was. Because normally, if I had done this without putting that powder on my eyes, it would immediately have gone up to the hooded section. And so we'll see if this works. Now, I'm going to use mascara. I'm going to use my Rare Beauty, which is my go-to. I've discovered this fairly late in the year, but I just love it so, so much. And I'm going to use before that my curler, my Refer curler, another one that I absolutely love. It's one that, excuse me, Mrs. Melissa Ann used, and she recommended it, and she's right, it's gorgeous. It's tickling my throat. Okay, I'm going to put my Lash Curler. It's really, really unique. Okay, and I just press it. I used to only use like 2 seconds, but now if I hold it for like, 10 seconds, you'll see the difference. Can you see how curled the lashes are? It's amazing. I'm so glad that I found out about this particular line. They do a lot of brushes apparently, Refer, and this is a kind of an unusual product for them, but it was on sale, and it was I think kind of a product test to see whether people liked it, and you're allowed to give feedback and so on. And that's the other side. I think it's gorgeous. Now I'm going to put the eye mascara on, and you'll see how that actually does make such a difference when you curl your lashes. It's one of those kind of tips for women over 60 when you're doing your eyes. Just use an eyelash curler, and this is the beautiful, oops, it's a trial size actually. I have 2 of these. This is the Rare Beauty mascara. I'm going to apply it on my eyes. I'm going to do the looking down technique, if I can do that without smudging. Okay, now, you see the difference? It's really, really beautiful. Not just the mascara, but the actual technique of applying the mascara with the curled lashes. Okay, I'll do this other one. Maybe this side is easier. So many people love this Rare Beauty mascara. I don't know, maybe you've not discovered it yet, but I love it so much. I think I just got some now. It's okay. So you put it on, and it doesn't like clump, or even when you put 2 coats on. And I'm not going to put anything on the bottom. I'm just going to literally leave it like that. And I don't think I'm even going to put any eyeliner on today, which I was thinking of doing, because I have a product that I love, and I'll show the product, but I won't put it on today. I think I've got enough going on my eyes. So that was the Rare Beauty. Now let's go to cheeks and do the rest of my face, and then we'll go back up to my eyes and see what's happening there. I'm not going to look yet. I'm hoping it's going to just be where it should be on my eyes. Okay, cheeks. I'm going to use, if I can find it, my Merit. Oh, here it is. This Merit cream, I got it in a Christmas package, or it was as a sampler kit of clean products from Sephora, and this was my favorite product in the box. I really love this color, and since I'm keeping with a brownie pink theme as opposed to my traditional coral peach, we'll see what happens here. I'm looking for my BK Beauty powder brush or my cream brush. Use it for both. I'm going to dab this right on the brush and start to apply it on my cheeks. And it's very pigmented. You can see the color coming through. Isn't that nice? I remember to keep looking at the right place on my screen here. I tend to always look away, but yeah, it's a really nice, pigmented, smooth, long-lasting blush. It's by Merit, and it's called Cheeky. This one's called Cheeky. And I'm going to look in my mirror to see how it's doing, because I can never tell. You don't need really too much, but I'm going to put this cream on first, and then I'm going to just see how it looks for a second. It might need a little bit more, but I'm going to play with another product that I have to mention because I've used it a lot this year. It's Charlotte Tilbury. I don't have a lot of her products anymore. I found that most of them didn't work for me, especially the eyeshadows, but I'm going to use this one. I think this is Pillow Talk, which is cheek to cheek. And I'm going to apply a little bit of this on top. I do like her powder cheek products. In fact, the face products I love. And you can see a little bit that adds to the Merit product. I think that's good for blush. I really like that. Got a bit there. And I hope you can see the difference there. I know the light isn't so good today. But I think it's a really beautiful blush and very natural. Okay, let's do lips and then we'll go back up to eyes. I'm going to use my Buxom. I just discovered this pencil. It's got a pencil on one end, a brush on the other end, and I just love it. It's a chunky brush, and I don't know why I like it so much. The color is great. This is Hush Hush, and it's my fave. So I'll put apply this. It's the brown. It's very nice. I don't like a liner that's too visible. I rather just use it to keep my lips, from bleeding and keep the lipstick on. I put it all over my lips. Okay. Lip liner. And for lipstick, I'm going to use a MAC lipstick. I bought this at the same time I bought the eyeshadow products. This is, what's it called? It's called Impassioned, number 104. It's a beautiful pink. Actually, I really fell in love with MAC products. I've never in my whole life used any of them until these eyeshadows and this lipstick. So I will. Okay. Do you like it? I think it's such a beautiful color, and it's a little darker than what I would normally wear, but I do love it, and I think it looks beautiful with this whole look. I do have another lipstick I wanted to share with you, however, because that MAC was $18. I bought an Evalene lipstick, which was $3. I got it on a website called ladymakeup.com, and it's I think it's in Poland or Romania or some part of Europe, and it ships worldwide. This Evalene product line, I ordered some other products by them, and I'm going to do a full face of Evalene. But honestly, this pink, if you can see this one, I'm going to pop it on top, not because I don't like the MAC, but I just want to show you what this looks like together. It's a little softer and lighter. A combination for me is really, really beautiful. And then I'm going to top it with a little bit of gloss by Joa. Joa was a line I discovered this year. It's a K-Beauty line. This is their, what is it called? It's just got a number, I think it's JM6. But it's a beautiful, soft gloss. I put it on just on the center of my lips. if I can find my lips. There. That is my lipstick look. Okay, now I'm going to close in a second. I just remembered one important thing, which I was so focused on the eyes, I forgot to talk about concealer. And I'm going to put this concealer on now because it's one I want you to know about. It's actually a L'Oreal product, and it's called Age Perfect Radiant Concealer Corrector. And I actually fell in love this year with the other one. You probably remember this is Lancome. This was $34 and this was about $8, I believe. And I love the Lancome, but I thought I'd give this one a try today just to see what it's like, and then we'll go check out those eyes. And again, it's got a very beautiful little doe foot, quite small, and I'm going to only put it on the bottom of my eyes. And you remember I did not put any, I was careful to not put any foundation on my underneath my eyes, because that I think does add to the creasing on your eyes if you've got wrinkles like I do. And I'm going to use a very, very tiny little sponge. This is one that I found at Shop Miss A, and it's tiny, tiny, but it works perfectly for blending in your concealer. And, you know, as I said before, I mean, so many people that use concealers, you know, want it to remove all kinds of wrinkles and creases, but it doesn't do that. It just color correct. The right concealer for me just color corrects. And it just gives you that, you know, sometimes it's actually also easy just to go in with your fingers. And I'm going to dab that carefully. Now we've left the eyes long enough that if it was going to crease, sneak into my lines, into my hooded eyes, it would have done it by now. So let's take a look. Okay, I don't think it has. I'm looking, now what I actually will do, and I've done this before, is I'll take some of that P. Louise concealer or just a bit of the powder, and I'll just go in a little bit right there again. Not so much even under the eyes, but just above the crease. I think it looks okay. It hasn't snuck into the hooded eye at all. I think it's the powder. I think putting powder on your lids after you put the eyelid lid primer is really the secret to keeping those hooded eyes as for a while. I'm sure by the end of today it will sneak up there. But especially if you use a nice sparkly eyeshadow on your eyes, that will creep up into your eyes. But I think just keep looking like this on the lids really does work. I hope that you agree. Okay, this has been fun. I'm surrounded by beauty. I hope that you found these products interesting and that you've enjoyed learning a little bit about my skincare product preferences too. And if you've got any questions, please leave them in the section below. Thank you so much for a fun year of makeup tutorials and product reviews. If you've got products that you'd like me to take a look at, please let me know in the comments section below. If you've got favorites that you discovered this year that you'd like to share, please do that. I really do enjoy reading your comments and knowing that in some small way, I'm giving you the inspiration and some kind of encouragement to just have a go. Have a go with makeup, have fun with it. And of course, 60andMe, we do lots of articles on all kinds of topics related to getting a little older and more and wiser and more beautiful from the inside out. But these product reviews and tutorials are here just for fun, and go out into the world and shine. Make this your year for shining and glowing and feeling good about yourselves. Take really good care, okay? And stay safe and strong. And we'll talk again soon. Bye for now.